Hello, everyone. I wanted to go over some information regarding an article that I saw today that mentioned that now, at this moment, it's better to rent than buy. And a couple of things that the article left out, two very important things. One was the tax benefit of owning a home. The second was the appreciation of the asset. And so, what the article mentioned was based upon the average rates and based upon interest rates, that it looks that it's better to rent versus buy. So, I wanted to give you some insight. And what I want you to do is, I want you to look at this information and apply your personal scenario to it. If it looks like I'm looking off to the right, the data's on a second screen, so that's why you see me tilting my head to the right and not looking directly into the camera. But let's look at this. We started out, and this was based upon Henry County. We started out with a monthly rent of $22.50 a month. Okay, if you purchased a $325,000 house right now, taxes and insurance, and this is based upon a rate of 7.25%. Remember that, 7.25%. That monthly payment would be 26.98. And so you are actually looking at, what's that? Well, roughly $400 more in rent than, I'm sorry, more in payment than rent. And so at that point, the article is correct. So let's look at some additional data though. Unless you're renting from a homeowner who has not increased their rent, that rent's going to go up. So let's project this out to 9 years. 9 years, that average rent is 28.50. Okay, if you're waiting to that point in time, you've missed out because you could have gotten to your home at 26.98. Um, a couple of other things to look at. Now, if you look down to where the net gain by buying a house, you see the first 2 years, there's a negative um, result as regards to the down payment, as regards to the closing costs. But very few people buy a house and plan to live in it for 2 years. So keep in mind that it's going to take about 3 years to recoup your expenses. And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, I don't have down payment. Well, this is where down payment assistance and all these other things come in. Well, the two things that the article left out was appreciation and amortization. Appreciation is the property value increase, and we used a conservative estimate of 3.16% appreciation for Henry County. You can plug your own numbers in there and make the adjustments. And by the way, if you want this customized for you, reach out to me and I'll put together a customization. The other thing is amortization. Unlike rent, each month a percentage of your monthly payment goes to reducing your loan amount. So let's look at what happens 9 years down the road. Okay, 9 years based upon this projection, your home value is going up 105,000. The amortization, or the amount of principal that you pay down, is about 34,000. So at the end of 9 years, you've got $113,000 gain from purchasing. Now, here's another thing. This is based upon an interest rate of 7.25. So what happens if the rates come down? If the rates come down, you refinance. And of course, your principal and interest, your appreciation, your amortization, all of that changes to your benefit. If rates go up, then we're locked in at the 7.25, with an APR 7.524, and these numbers stay the same. So getting in when it's appropriate for you has benefits. Um, the other thing, this is based upon 325. If you wanted to be a little closer to that rent of 2250 or whatever your rent may be, then we adjust the purchase price to offset those numbers. But this is a few things that I looked at. The numbers now, and I can go deeper into detail on this. But after that 9 years, this is projecting that you sold your house. Well, if you look down there, you paid about $25,000 in commissions. So you still, that 113 is your net after you paid to sell your house, after everything. That's your net. And once again, take a deep dive into this, compare it to the information that you're getting, saying that it's better to rent versus buy. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear some of your questions and or concerns. Reach out to me and let me know your thoughts on this.